Hey guys, today we're going to look at something different. We're looking at an extractor tool for a bicycle. So what you do is that you grab this tool in here and uh, you put this inside the pedal, where you put the pedal, um, and then you extract the whole part out by pushing this in. But actually, what I want to look at is this part of the tool. I'm going to remove this, and this is a double-sided socket. Okay, this is a size 14-15. Okay. And the reason why we're looking at this is because years ago I actually tried to do this a long time ago, and I'll show you what I try to do. And I'm not trying to take this away from anybody. I'm just showing that I tried to do this a long time ago. So what I did was I grabbed a regular extension from a regular half-inch extension, and I made the whole part squared. So I grabbed a regular socket 15, and what I did was I shaved the sides, as you see here. Shaved the sides on both a 15, which is this one, and a 14. And what I did was I put the the extension straight through both. So I put them back to back. So the 15 and 14 back to back, and I put the extension through both sides, and then I put them on the vise and clamped them together so they wouldn't move, right? Then what I did was I grabbed the welder, and then I spot welded on each side to make sure they got stuck. Once I spot welded, then I weld the whole thing together. At the end, I got this, which obviously is not the greatest weld. I'm not a great welder. This is what I got, a 14 and 15 Husky together. As you can see, it was pretty well made. Obviously, as you see there, I made, this is my attempt at a double-sided socket set. And it works good. I had this one for 10 years, 12 years, probably even more than that. So I'm letting you know, obviously they made it a lot better. Because obviously this is small, lighter. This is way heavier. Obviously it's two sockets set welded together. And this is a great tool to have. They are making these. Obviously, I don't know if you've seen another video. I bought a set now that has these. And today I was going to show you that I made something like that. So these are easy to make if you have a welder. Unfortunately, I can't weld anymore. I can't. I'm not allowed to weld anymore. I can't weld anymore. So I try to make sure I had the 15 and the 14 next to each other so I can actually see them. To see 15, 14, they're facing each other. Obviously, you could tell that the 15 and 14 are slightly offset, and they're not. They're Since this one's bigger than the other one, you can't. Even though if you look at the center, they're perfectly centered in there. See the squares, perfect. So they are centered. So when you stick the socket in there, the extension, you have to use an extension, so it worked perfectly. But it does work. It works perfectly. Same thing as this one. You see a square, straight square. See here, perfect. So they do work. So that's what you do. If you ever need to do one, want to make your own, you grab two sockets. You make the extension first. That's the one thing. You need to make the extension first. So you make the extension first. You grab an extension. You put it on a vise and you just grind it straight. So you grab the extension, grind it straight. All four sides. You grind them all four sides first. Once you get all four sides grinded, and you make sure it goes straight through, then once it fits in, so you cut the end off where you stick your ratchet. You cut that off, because once you put the socket, once you put the clamp in there, it cannot be sticking out of both sides of this. It has to fit inside of these two. So when you clamp this one to your vise, it cannot be sticking out. Okay, so it has to fit inside of both of these. So once it's in here, so the socket is going to be held in place with the extension inside to hold it in place, and then you just spot weld it. Once it's there, you can stick it, you can take it out, and then you just weld it normally around it. If you're a great welder, it's going to be easily done. If you're a not so great welder like I'm not, I wasn't, and you're gonna have to grind all this off, all the excess weld off, and then it's gonna look, you know, kind of shitty like I did. But at the end of the day, it did work. I've used this multiple times. As you can see inside, it is pretty messed up from working a lot. I did use the 14 a lot more than the 15, but it does work. Works great. I've used it multiple times, and it does hold a lot of torque on it. So far, it never has broken. So if you want to try it out, be my guest. Like I said, just make sure you do grind this part out. The more you grind it out, the better, so the weld will go in more. And one thing I did do was I wet the the extension. They told me to wet it just to keep it cooler inside, so it won't melt in here. I don't know why they said that, but they said to just wet it. But it worked anyways, and the square stayed perfect inside, and it didn't. They also told me I could accidentally weld the the extension inside. It didn't weld inside. It stayed perfect. Everything's perfect, as you can see. It's still good. So if you guys want to try it out, be my guest. It works. It works perfectly. It ended up perfect, and it works. So professional ones, mine, and it worked. It's just a little longer, shorter. But like I said, just make sure you do this square here. Shave this off better, and just, you know, if you want to see, just the only thing, if you want to see the numbers, just make sure not to weld it on the numbers. If you want to see the numbers, don't weld it on the numbers. But mine came out good. I didn't weld it on the numbers, and I can see here the 15 and the 14 perfectly. So just letting you guys know. If you like the video, like and subscribe, guys, and I'll keep you guys updated on other videos that I'm gonna do with more things. See you guys. See you guys in the next video.